We're live.
Live?
We're live. Why not?
Okay. What does that mean?
It just means that if someone tuned in now, which no one's going to, that they would see it. But it's just I wanted to record this anyway. So this is a video diary of our meditation journey. So if you watch episode 13.
Oh, it's like 13.
13
That's
of the
nice.
Unfinished Cubby podcast, then you will see Angela and I deciding to do this meditation journey. And we've just done, this is day one, we've just done meditation for an hour. What were your insights? What were your takeaways? What was it relevant? You don't have to as well, whatever you want.
Sure. I'm trying to capture it. It didn't seem that long, actually.
Different to my experience.
So I noticed at one point my head kind of went like that, so I'd like fallen asleep. But it was this interesting observation where like my thought was one continuous thing. It's not like my thoughts suddenly switched off when I was asleep. It was just being able to observe this process of thought that's kind of going along, and then suddenly I realized that my body was like falling asleep, but my brain wasn't. Like my thoughts weren't. They were just gonna, like, if had I been lying down at that point, I would have been asleep, but my thoughts would have continued on. And so that was this really interesting place to kind of go, oh, so that the brain, or it was something to do with like the observer, that the body can switch off, or that part of the mind that's conscious. It's like it was the part that was aware that I was thinking. So it's like the observer of myself.
That's the part that switched off?
That falls asleep when you sleep. But the energy itself just continues on.
Thoughts of the mind.
I don't know. And then I went on some kind of I like, it was a bit of a dream where I saw this lion kind of die, and the body died, but the energy that was the lion was me. And then I'm just like observing the body die. And I kind of continued on. And somehow I linked that with the idea of energy existing in its superposition of being being both a wave and a particle. Is that the thing?
Like light is, I guess.
It's like it's superposition, and that it exists in both states until it is observed, and then it collapses into one state or another.
Oh, okay,
and being like the experience of being human and having this consciousness is the act of observing oneself, and we're constantly collapsing into what we're observing ourselves to be. It's pretty cool. And that actually when we die, it's just the observer that dies, and we go back to being this superposition of possible wave or particle, or like, that's my interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was very cool.
I haven't-
But then I became like obsessed with like, what does that mean? What is
Sure, yeah.
it's like does that make any sense? Am I going to be able to recreate that thought when I'm out of the meditation? Like, gotta hold on to that.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Did you say that observer dies?
Yeah. Which is it
Not the
feels
language that you-
contrasting to it. Like I would think that it's the observer that continues.
Yeah.
But actually it's like, well no, the energy just continues in that, and you go back to being possibility. The observer is created by our conscious, like the way that our brain works in this individual when we come into being an individual human and having this separate experience of each other.
It's really interesting. I'd love to like dive into it more, but can I ask you about it? Or?
Yeah, I don't know if I've got anything more than that. That was.
It reminds me of two things. One is the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Not that I've read that, but I've heard that in that they talk about when you die, there's 45 days or something where the soul is like kind of around looking for its new body, and they do.
Yeah, right.
The family and the community, it's not mourning, but like is kind of creating a supportive environment for the soul during that period.
Wow.
Leading up to, and then especially those, I think it's 45 days or something like that after death. And the other thing is in Siddhartha, do you remember when he's practicing sort of becoming, he like moves his mind into that of a bird flying around and different animals and including experiencing like I think a fox that then dies and rots away, and he stays in it for those experiences.
I don't remember. I'll have to read that again.
You should read that again. It's such a good book. But yeah, I'm just like, so you're saying it's the superposition that continues. So it's like, so, and when you're talking about like the thoughts keep going, like the conscious observer drops out, but the thoughts keep going. Are they part of the body? Are the thoughts like in the body, or?
I don't think so.
That's all right. That's cool. I
don't know.
Love for love to hear more about that. It was much easier than I thought it would be, although it was long. But I thought I've gone into this like with a really big attitude, and I've gone into lately life of like I want to do like self-discovery stuff. So I think that helped. Like I was really primed. And I think the sit that I did on Sunday, where I was like, my mind was so busy and there was so much awful kind of going on. I think a lot of that maybe was actually superficially cleared already. I felt quite creative. I had the idea of offering the house as the new Treehouse Code Cave co-working space.
Okay.
What do you think?
Sure, if you can.
I mean, I'll ask Adrian.
Income.
Yeah. I think it would be the same.
Yeah, okay.
I'll mention to Adrian and just see how it lands.
Yeah, sure.
And I was so excited about that, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so." And then later on, I was kind of bored, and I was remembering that thought, and I was like, "Man, I was so into that thought before," and just
and now it's like whatever.
Yeah, so whatever. And Vipassana, it's like the teaching there, it's anicca, which means changing, and it's just like that's the lesson. That's the pure lesson of Vipassana. It's like whatever it is, it's always changing. It's something that's like, because the thought I had before that I was excited about was this actually, and so I thought every morning after we do it, we do a quick little one. This has been almost 10 minutes already, but it could just be a couple of minutes. But I thought if we do this as a live stream, we could also, if people want to contact us, like, so do it with us.
Mhm.
So it'll be like
Yeah.
5 a.m. every morning.
Mhm.
This is when it happens. Okay. And then we go to a live stream afterwards.
Mhm.
So anyone can join us in doing the hour meditation and can join us in the reflections afterwards and can literally like phone and we talk to them as part of the live stream.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many people have we got following at the moment? Wait, what does that little
50.
one mean? Wait, what is this?
It's us, maybe?
Yes.
We are observing ourselves. You can be the particle, I'll be the wave. Wave.
Cool.
Oh.
Anyway, I feel good about doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Cool. I'll have a look at this at some point. Make, I think, a playlist. So I've put this on the Unfinished Cubby channel. I'm not going to turn this into an audio thing. If someone happens to watch this before episode 13 comes out, episode 13 is coming out next Tuesday in a week. Yeah, and I think I'll make a playlist of the Unfinished Cubby episodes too. I'm going to stop. That's a bit monkey line. All right, the end.